Hello again. Before I continue my discussion on kinetic friction, there's a little correction in the previous video, no? Just very minor. I called static friction kanina as denominator and this as numerator. So it's a slip of the tongue. Of course, the number here in the upper is numerator and is denominator. Okay? Sorry about that. Now let's continue. So, for kinetic friction, okay, kailan ba natin malalaman na kinetic friction na ang responsible? So, balikan natin. Let's move forward. So, if the object is still at rest, sabi natin kanina, there's no static friction. So, obviously, pag at rest ang particle, hindi rin responsible si kinetic friction. So, wala din kinetic friction ito. Kasi kung si static friction is responsible in resisting the initial motion, si kinetic friction, i-resist niya yung motion na talaga. In other words, pagklaro pa sa problem na hindi pa talaga nag-move over, walang rolling ito ha, kasi iba din yung rolling friction. So when I say move, it's understood na nag-slide over siya, hindi siya nag-rotate. Okay? So pag wala pang movement, walang sliding, immediately walang kinalaman si kinetic friction dyan. Okay? So kailan po? Okay? So pag sinabi namang start pa lang to move, na-discuss ko in the previous video, that it's still static friction. So, in this case, static friction pang responsible. So, I can write here that F kinetic is still 0. So, in this case, wala pa ring kinalaman si kinetic friction. However, pag sinabi na sa problem na, let's say, the object is already sliding or moving over a surface, pwedeng sabihing walang additional force. Basta kay sinabi lang na nag-move. So, say for example, a better example of this would be, wag na lang yan. Let's say, ang nasa ramp siya. Okay? So, pag ganito, if somebody is holding it initially, at rest siya. Pero kung bitawan mo na siya, and then gravity will just take over. So, pag ganito na nag-slide over na siya dito, kahit na walang ibang taong mag-push sa kanya dyan pababa or paakyat, then in that case, there's already kinetic friction here. Okay? So, in this case, kung horizontal and the velocity is going there, then kinetic friction between the surface is going to the right. If the object is sliding over a ramp, going down with its velocity, friction, nagi na siya diri between the na-sandwich siya, no? Kumbaga, kasi it's acting between the two surfaces. So, kinetic friction is going up. Okay? Now, if sinabi naman na the object this time is sliding while it's slowing down, so say for example, initially, ito going to the right siya. So, for it to slow down, there has to be a force that's counteracting here. And the moment na nalaman mo na ito siya nag-slide over, then merong kinetic friction going there in the opposite direction. So, in other words, it doesn't depend whether the particle is speeding up, whether it's slowing down, whether it's moving at constant velocity. For as long as it's sliding over another surface, then there's always kinetic friction acting against its motion. Unless na lang sinabi, of course, na frictionless. So, how strong is this kinetic friction? It's also been found out that the strength of the kinetic friction will also depend on the strength of the normal force and the coefficient of kinetic friction between these two surfaces in contact. So, parang ganito rin siya, no? Fun pa rin. Fun, F-U, parang fun siya, no? But anyway, so kinetic friction Okay? Which is constant, no? Hindi siya nagbabago, hindi siya kagaya ni static na tinatapatan yung applied force. Siya, pag naglihok na gani ang object, without rolling ito ha, sliding over lang, present kaagad siya, kukontrahin niya kaagad yung kung saan papunta yung motion. So, kung mabigat yung object, okay? Pag mabigat ang object, most likely the force that the floor has to exert on it will also be stronger. So pag ganon, malakas ang kinetic friction na nag-a-act doon. Kaya pag ganyan, medyo marami siyang kukunin na energy sa system. Kaya mas mabilis siyang parang hihinto. Okay? We'll talk more about energy transformation in the later chapters. And then, it also depends on the type of two surfaces in contact. So, itong si mu k at saka si mu s, kada pares ng different two materials or same man, meron siyang kanya-kanyang value, no? Specific for that pair of surfaces. So this is now your kinetic friction, where the coefficient of kinetic friction is still the ratio of kinetic friction to normal force. And si coefficient of kinetic friction will also be between 0 to 1. So 0, ayan. And then you have your mu k equal or less than 1 pa rin. Very rough surfaces, si mu k malapit kay 1. Very smooth, malapit kay 0. Okay? But for every pair of surfaces, sa bawat pares ng dalawang materials na magkadikit, meron siyang kanyang values ng mu k, mu s. And then, si mu s is always greater than the mu k ng bawat pares. So, say for example, kung meron akong, let's say, ito for example, plastic, puta nga nagtambal sa akong bana, plastic over paper, pag dinikit ko yan siya dyan, yung static friction ng plastic on paper is greater than the coefficient of kinetic friction between plastic and paper. Okay? Kaya nga, sabi nila, anong implication nito? Kung kada pares ng materials na magkadikit, mas malaki ang mu s kaysa mu k niya, ang physical meaning niyan is mas mahirap mag-start ng motion kaysa sa mag-maintain ng motion. Okay? Nga naman. Para mag-start ka ng motion, kailangan mong lampasan yung maximum. Si maximum friction mag-depend kay mu s. Okay? So, kung malampasan mo na yung maximum static friction na yan, saka siya gagalaw. Pag gumagalaw na siya, hindi na ganun kalakas na puwersa ang kukontrahin mo. Kasi si kinetic friction, mas maliit kaysa kay Fs maximum for each pair of surfaces. Okay? Pag wala kang binago. So, pag ginraph natin to, hindi pa natin nasasagot yung question ha. Ang dami nating pasakali. But anyway, kung i-graph natin to, this is a graph. This is also found in your PowerPoint. Discuss ko lang yung meaning. So, this is the graph. I believe I've mentioned last time na pag nag-graph kayo, kailangang may label ang dalawang axes. So, in the y-axis, you have friction. It can be static or kinetic. In the x-axis, you have here the applied force, which is a push. Okay. If you look at this graph here, ang physical meaning niyan is ito. Ito ang physical meaning niyan. So, pag wala tayong in-apply na force dito, 0 din ang friction na kinakailangan. Static pa ito ha. So, if the force is 0, static friction is also 0. Ito yan. Ito. Now, pag in-increase ko si force, ganun din kalakas si friction. So, pag nag-increase ako ng force dito, ganun din si friction. Nag-increase din siya. Ito, obviously, mas malaki na ng value kaysa dito. Pag nag-increase pa ako ng pushing force ko, nag-increase ulit si static. Hanggang sa dito na limit yan. Okay? So, meaning, itong graph na ito, this shows that the static friction maximum is static friction, is equivalent to the pushing force. Kaya ang slope nito is 1. 1 rise, 1 run. 1 rise, 1 run. Ayan. So, this is the time or the times when the object was not moving. So, from here to here, ito yon. Pero pag abot dito sa Fs maximum, max na ito, which is of course equal to mu s normal force, itong value na ito, yan na yung hangganan ng pagiging at rest ng object. So, physically, ito na yon. Ito yun na pangyayari. Ito. And then later, nung nag-slide na siya, immediately, liliit si kinetic friction. So, itong value na ito, this is F kinetic, which is equivalent to mu k and then the normal force. Itong value na ito. This is already F kinetic. Okay? So, if you notice, kahit na in-increase ko yung, kasi habang papunta ka sa right, that's increasing pushing force, diba? So, kahit na-increase ko pa yung value sa x-axis, yung pag-push, yung kinetic friction, hindi na yan magbabago. Constant na yan. And if you notice, Fs maximum is obviously greater than F kinetic. So, mas mahirap mag-start ng motion. So, ito dito, pagdating dito sa Fs maximum na ito at this specific, so may specific value din siya ng F push dyan. Yan, at saka ito. So pagdating dyan, ito, the object starts to slide. Pagdating na ng just a little bit there, itong limit na ito, masyadong maliit yan na delta, no? Ito dito, the particle is already sliding until dyan. Okay? So that's the meaning of this graph that you can find in the PowerPoint. So, klaro yan. Okay? So, this is your graph. And then, this is the physical scenario. Ayan. So, pag i-describe mo ito graphically, ito ang itsura niya. Friction versus applied force. Okay ba? So, now that we learned about the difference between static and kinetic, edi yung conceptual question, mas madali na nating masasagot ngayon. Okay? So, you answer with me, ha? There's no way nga ma-check na ako, pero self-assessment na lang kung tama ang sagot ninyo. Okay. So, anong sagot natin? Which of the 5 cases is friction strongest? And what kind of friction would that be? Kasasabi ko lang na si static friction maximum, yun yung the object starts to move. So, the strongest friction here is scenario B. So, ilalagay ko dito sa baba, sagot ko. Friction B is the largest, followed by what? So, kung largest si B, I would say na yung tama na drawing dito is lalakasan ko itong push, pero ito siya malakas din. Si FB ngayon equal kay Fs maximum. Tama ba? Okay. So, asan na next? The next would be, sabi pag nag-slide, hindi baling pabilis, pabagal, or constant speed. Basta kay the moment nag-slide, mu k times normal force, kinetic friction na kaagad ang responsible. So, I hope you agree that Fc, Fd, and Fe are all equal. Tama? CDE. So, ilalagay ko dito, Fb, which is equal to static, this is less than friction C, which is equal to friction D, which is equal to friction E. And these are all F kinetic, whereas this one is F static. Tama ba? So, ang correct drawing natin dito ngayon, since ano na ito, then meaning, the pushing force has to be drawn longer. Okay? And then si kinetic si kinetic here should be shorter than this one. Okay? So, kung iano ko siya, at saka shorter din siya kay push. No? Tama ba? So, kung speeding up ito, pag sinabing speeding up here, meaning the net force along the x is going towards right, towards positive x. So, this should be longer than this one. And comparing this to that, it should also be shorter. So, ganyan na siya ngayon. Yan. Okay. And then, dito rin sa kabila, constant speed. So, meaning the total force along the x is 0. Magkasing haba ngayon. Okay. So, magkasing haba si... So, we'll have here si push at saka si... I'm sorry. Bawasan natin to. Kasi, okay pala no? Kasi ito at saka ito dapat magkasing haba. So, more or less. Pero, ito siya magkasing haba nito para zero net force. So, more or less, ganito pa rin. Same length siya. Okay? And then, finally, for this one, slowing down. So, pag slowing down, going there, negative. So, the total force along the x here should also be negative then. So, pag ganun, si friction here should be longer than the pushing here. Okay? Yan. Okay. And then finally, dito, at rest, and then there's no push. So, do you agree that FA is actually 0? Ito, walang drawing dapat. So, dito sa last, this should be FA because this is 0. Okay? So, that's it for the conceptual questions on kinetic and static friction. I hope you continue solving problems involving friction. Okay? Thank you.